Hey Female, I have a fun, quick little 20-minute Pilates class for you guys today. We're gonna use 3-pound weights and we're gonna use a small ball. If you don't have the small ball, use a pillow. If you don't have weights, you could use water bottles or just use your arms and really think about pushing out, creating some tension on your own. Grab those things and we'll get started down on the mat. So, most of class today is going to be on the ground. We're going to start off with that ball, and to warm it up, we're going to take the ball and put it underneath the tailbone. So like right about where the logo on your pants would be, maybe just a smidge below it, depending on your pants. Somewhere where you feel nice and stable. We're going to start with the hands down on the mat, and then we're going to lift the right knee, then the left knee into a tabletop position. From here, really pull down and in, draw that belly button in tight, shoulders pull down on the mat. Head's going to stay down the whole time. So from here, we're going to warm it up by dipping that right heel down, pull it up, left heel down, pull it up. So just slow and steady. You don't have to touch the ground right away. You could always stop in a little hover before the mat. Anytime you feel like you're going to arch away from the ball, that's where you want to stop. Good way to find it is to put your hand to your belly if you're having trouble knowing when you should be stopping. One more time on that left, and then hold it up. So from here, we're going to extend the right leg out, right leg in, left leg out, left leg in. Just slow and steady. Keep pulling that belly button down and in towards the ball beneath you, and try not to rock side to side. If you're feeling good, your hands can start to lighten, or they can start to lift up to the ceiling. It's a lot harder. See, I started to drift, not to move. So slow and controlled is the name of the game here. Last time with just single leg. Pull back in, now hold. I'm gonna take hands back down because this is wobbly. We're gonna go both legs out, both legs in. So a little push out and pull back. As you push out, again, if you feel any movement, any arching, legs go up a little bit higher. If you're feeling good, legs drop down a little bit lower. Thinking about really staying connected into the low abdominals. We've got 2 more. And then we hold it out. So from here, we're gonna lift up to the ceiling, open the legs, circle down together, up and around. Little circles, thinking about opening up through the hips, bringing that blood flow through the legs, creating healthy hips as we do it, and strong abs. Again, you can push into the hands for a little more support. Circles can get a little bit bigger for a challenge. If you feel yourself start to move, make them a little smaller. Last circle in this direction, and then we reverse. So meeting at the top, we go down to about 45, open out, bring it up and around. Down, out, up, and around. Good. Really thinking control as you move through this. Last 3, we're stretching, and 2, maybe make this last one a little bigger, a little lower, and bring those knees in, set the feet down. We'll take the ball out and take a little rock side to side. So abs are warmed up, we're gonna take it up a little notch from here. Continuing to use that ball, we're gonna take the ball into our hands, bring the knees into a tabletop position, and then really pull that low back down to the mat. We're just gonna start in a little crunch up, tap the ball to the tops of the legs, lower down. As you crunch up, gaze goes down towards the belly button, and then start to squeeze on the ball as you exhale. You should feel that work all the way down the back of the arms. And you can always separate the legs. You can cross your heels, go heels together, toes apart if you have tight hips. We've got 3, 2, and last one, up and hold. Both hands on top of the ball, pulse in, release, in, release. So it's not really a big movement with the arms, but you should feel that exhale as you push, and you should feel it deep in the abdominals, the transverse abdominals. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. Extend the legs. You can do a little roll up of the ball, bend, extend, and bend. So a little stretch in the hamstrings, and then you just want to find a spot with your hands where you can hold on to the ball. and you're trying to keep yourself lifted in that crunch. 3, 2, up and hold. Take the ball to the left leg. This is gonna burn. Right leg goes down a few inches, pulls back up, down, up. Think about exhaling on the lift. Continuing to push and pull into that ball with the upper body and that leg. 3, 2, this last one, we hold down, pulse in to the ball, release in, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a stretch. Whew. If you don't feel that one, you need to get that leg a little lower, because it's a good one. All right, we're gonna restart back up, both legs up. This time ball goes over to the right leg, hands push into the ball, and then that left leg lowers and lifts, lowers and lifts. Thinking about tension into the ball. Leg doesn't have to go super low. Last 4. Last 2. Last one, down, hold, little pulse in to the ball, release in, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my goodness. And feet down, a little rough. Second side's always worse. All right, from here we're gonna take the ball, and the ball is gonna go into the inner thighs. So a few inches above the knees, we're gonna set up for a bridge using our weights. So first of all, weights into the hands, and then hands are just gonna start down. Again on this one, find that sweet spot for the legs, forward of the hips, about hip distance apart. We're gonna push up, hip bones drive to the ceiling, pull back down. Exhale, press and lower. As you push up, squeeze on the ball, release. Good, 2 more like that, and then we're gonna add the arms. This next time, come down and pause. Arms hover. Now arms lift towards the ceiling, squeeze the ball still. Arms lower, try and hover the arms above the mat. Good, and if arms don't feel good, you can always leave them out and just move the hips instead. And you can always do this one without the ball, or again, a small pillow instead of the ball. We've got 5. Really squeeze the ball up. 4. Last 3. We hold at the top. In 2. And last one up and hold. Palms flip in to face each other. Pull the arms back just a tiny bit, and then we bend the elbow and extend. So for right now, you're just holding the hips still. Try not to let them move around. Squeeze on that ball. You could release the ball a little bit as your arms bend. Squeeze the ball as the arms extend. And you can always go hands together if that feels better. I like hands separated. Feel it a little bit more. Last 5. Arms hold up in 4. See if you can push the hips a little higher. Last 2. Last 1. Arms hold up. Little squeeze on the ball, release. Squeeze, release. So feeling the inner thighs, you should feel your hamstrings, your glutes. Last 3, we're gonna go fast pulses in 2. Last 1, now quick, quick, quick. Quick as you can go without losing control of that ball. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming down, you can shake it out, reset. We're gonna start with the arms up, little bend in the elbows this time. And then we go back to that lift and lower. But this time, as you lower, arms are gonna open, arms come together as you lift. Opening and closing. And remember, you can always ditch arms. Ditch the ball if it no longer feels good. And then exhale as the arms come together, the hips push up. Check in on those feet. If you're rolling to the outside edges, think about even weight between inside and outside of the foot. Inner thigh should also be on fire. right now from squeezing on that ball. 5, 4, last 3. We hold up in 2, and up and hold. Now, hips stay still, arms open, close, open, close. Pace is up to you. You can go slower than me, faster than me. Just make sure that you're controlling the weights, never just flopping the arms. Last 3, we're holding open, in 2, last 1, hold it open, little pulse up an inch, down, up, down, controlled, lift the hips a little higher, find a little squeeze on the ball. We're gonna ditch the weights after this. Last 3, 2, last 1, and hands come together, hips lower down. We're gonna ditch the weight for a little finale finish. We're gonna take the ball and we're gonna place the ball underneath the right foot. So like underneath the heel more so than the foot. Again, this one works with a pillow or nothing at all. You can just push more through the heel of the right foot. So from here we push up and lower. It's gonna be super wobbly. That is totally normal. If it doesn't feel good using a single leg on this one, you could always go back to double leg. And then really think about the left leg on this one. Right leg's working too, but that left leg is doing a lot of control work. Core also working. Last 4. Last 3. 2. Up and hold. Now little pulse down, up with the hips. Good, nice and controlled. You can push into the hands for a little more support. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And come down, you switch the ball over. Ball underneath the left heel. Right foot comes down. You can wiggle around, find that spot that feels good for you. And then push up and down. And again, focus on that push and pull coming from the back of that right leg on this one. Even weight, though, between the 2 feet. That ball starts to not feel good, ditch it. Push down to the right heel instead. Lift the toes off the ground. We've got 3, 2, up and hold. Little pulse down, up, down, up. Try not to let that ball move a lot. It's really hard though, I promise. It's normal if it moves a little. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and come down. Let it go. Just grab that ball. We'll take a stretch here. You can reach the arms above the head, flex, point the toes. And then to come up, we're gonna grab the ball and our hands we're gonna set up for our roll up. So feet about hip distance apart on the mat. You can start with the feet flexed if that feels good, or pointed. And then from here, we're gonna start to bring the arms up about in line with the head, tuck the chin to the chest, and then we're gonna just do a little crunch to start and lower down. 2 more like that, and then we'll go into our full roll up. It's really hard. If it doesn't feel good with straight legs, bend the legs in instead. So this next one, keep going. Tuck the chin to chest, roll it up. Ooh, it's really hard, it's totally normal. And reach forward for the toes. You could point at the top, point the toes at the top, and then rolling back down. Trying to keep your head between your biceps on the way up and down. We're just gonna do 3 more like that. Feet might move a little bit, that's okay. Enjoy the stretch at the top through the backs of the legs. Slowly roll down, think about imprinting each vertebrae onto the mat. A little momentum does help you to get up. Last time down. And this is our last time up. Even I moved. And just drop the ball for a second. You can take a quick stretch. And then we're gonna come up. We'll keep the ball with us, and we're gonna grab onto our weights. So high kneeling, cross-legged, whatever feels good. If you are going high kneeling, you can stick the ball in between the inner thighs again. Just give it a nice big squeeze there. So we're gonna start in that high kneeling position, right arm in front of the body, left arm out to the side. Really bring that head back behind you, find your tall posture, and then we lift the right arm in front, left arm to the side, lower down, switch it out. Left arm in front, right arm to the side, lower and switch. Thinking about arms staying pretty straight on this one. You can keep a little bend in the elbows. Just try not to lock out. Shoulders and hips staying stacked the whole time. And then just keep that breathing steady. Try not to hold the breath. And you can always go lighter or heavier than me with these weights. Listen to your body and what feels good. And then you can always move the legs closer together so you can squeeze on that ball as you exhale. Squeezing the ball engages the inner thighs, but it also helps to work the core. We're gonna hold it up one more time on each arm. And then once that right arm is back out, hold. So right arm in front, left arm to the side, curl left arm into the shoulder, extend, curl, press, good. Thinking about right shoulder dropping down and back. You can always lower the right arm if it doesn't feel great. 5, keep breathing, shoulders relaxed. Last 3, 2, last 1, hold it out. Now switch the arms, left arm in front, right arm out to the side. Right arm curls in, in, and out. Good. Slow, controlled. If you look over at that right elbow, staying lifted up at shoulder height. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, last 1. Bring that right arm out in front, and I'm just gonna do a little turn. Palms flip up, little hinge back, we go into a bicep curl. In, out. This is our last little push here for arms. Keep squeezing on that ball if you have it. Elbow staying lifted at shoulder height. If you have a mirror, you could always check in on that low belly, keep it pulled in. And shoulder soft. 5, 4, 3, we hold in, and 2, and last 1. Hold it in about halfway, a little pulse up and down, up and down. Really slow, steady, trying to stop at shoulder height every single time. Last 5, 3, 2, last 1, hold at shoulder height. We open, palms forward, and close. So now as you open, you could do a little hinge back. Come up as your arms come together. With that ball, squeeze it on the way in. 5, 4, get a little booty work, a little quad stretch. 3, and strength. 2, and last 1. Lower the arms down, we ditch the weights. We're gonna finish in a little push with the ball. So we're gonna come all the way back down again to finish. Bringing the ball with us. This is one of my hands down favorite things to do for us. So bring the knees to tabletop. Ball is gonna go up against your right leg. Your left elbow is gonna come and push into the ball. And then your right hand goes behind the head, elbows wide. So from here, your left leg extends and bends to the ball. So you want to find that sweet spot, again, just like at the start of our class where we could push and pull into the ball. So you're actively pushing with the elbow and pulling that right knee in. Really working both obliques here and transverse abdominals, rectus abdominis with that crunch. Whole lot's happening. 5, 4, 3, 2, we hold the leg out. Hold the leg out, pulse into the ball, release. In, release.
If it doesn't feel good with your leg extended, bring it back in. Coming a little higher for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pull the left leg in, crunch up, take the right elbow to the ball, roll it over to the left leg, crunch up and hold. Now from here, right leg extends, bends into the ball. And you can always ditch the ball, do the same thing without it, holding into that crunch instead. Last 5. Leg can go a little lower for a challenge. 3, 2. Last one, hold it out. Pulse into the ball, release. In, release. Exhale, lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the right leg in. Roll through center. Take the hands to the ball. Shift the knees forward. We pulse the ball, release. Pulse, release. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let it go. Feet down. Reach the arms long. Whew. And we are all done.